My daughter actually asked me to burn my restaurant down because I wasn't around enough. And so for me, that was sort of a tipping point. Like, something's got to change. If I don't, it's not going to work if I keep doing what I'm doing. The biggest challenge I faced when I first signed up for the course was understanding in details my financials. I was sort of just shooting from the hip and surviving another day, another week. On one side, I feel like I'm bulletproof and I have a really good understanding of the financial aspect of my business so that I can continue to drive that forward. But I also have a whole lot more free time, and that gives me a lot of mental space for creativity and menu development and hobbies and interests and helping out, more around the house and just being able to be a more present mom and wife. I've been in business going on 8 years now, and in a prior concept that I had, if I had Mike Bausch sooner, there's no question in my mind it would have saved me $1 million. Not just the financial $1 million, but also that much worth of headaches. I just had no idea what I was doing, and I had no mentor to guide me. And so if you want to be great at anything, you find a coach or a mentor, or at least someone to emulate what they've done. And I didn't have that. And so aside from no-brainer being the word I would use to describe the course, I just wish I had it sooner. Back in 2016, I didn't realize that there were weekly calls where we were going to have actual Mike in on the call with us to answer our questions as we were going through the material. We have a community of people who all get it. Sometimes payday comes, and there were times where I was really reaching just to try to figure out how we're going to get through another week. And so to know that there are other people who have been in my shoes that are on the path I'm on to not be that way anymore, and that are now like me on the other side of that and having a lot of success. Just to have the community of people who get it, that aren't my husband or my family to come home and vent to. They're in it with me, and that's huge. And knowing we just have Mike literally a Zoom call away to answer all of my questions himself is priceless. My average ticket immediately went from south of $25 per ticket over 30. That's a huge swing just by making small tweaks to how we add extra cheese on pizzas, or just little things with add-ons and bump ups for dessert. As far as indirect return on investment, I can't put a price on time. And for me, being able to be way more efficient with what I do, being able to leverage his actual spreadsheets, all of those formulas, to be able to just plug everything in and have it give me the answers I need to be able to make decisions, saves me hours and hours a week. I was just working bell to bell, often with no food, and it all just sort of seemed like it was all for naught. And I was missing school pickup and jujitsu practice and weekends with my family. And at one point, my daughter actually asked me to burn my restaurant down because I wasn't around enough. And so for me, that was sort of a tipping point. Something's got to change. If I don't, it's not going to work if I keep doing what I'm doing. I was on my way back to the restaurant. It was a Saturday afternoon, and despite having a general manager in place and a full staff, and things were fully prepped, it still just needed me. And it was just a combination of my ego being involved in a lot of the processes, but also a lack of delegating and following up with just holding the team accountable to certain standards. And so it just felt so stupid to me that I'm hauling my daughter out of the bathtub, throw pajamas on her, and we're headed to the shop. And I had all these people in place that could do the job, but I was holding them back because I didn't implement policies and procedures in a way that gave me free time. And when she asked me to burn it down, I just remember getting on the freeway and I was like, this is terrible. I don't want to do this anymore. And it was something that I love to do. I love my restaurant. I love being a business owner, but it was 6 years of my daughter just being tired of it, and that sucked a lot. So I'm thankful. It doesn't have to be so hard. And I genuinely love what I do. Whereas a couple years ago, I was trying to find an exit 6 months after we opened. I was over it. And now I can't see myself doing anything else anytime soon. I love running my restaurant. I'm so proud of it. And I have so much time with my family that now they actually want to go to dinner at the restaurant, which is a far cry from burning it down. So for me, it's a no-brainer. And I can't imagine opening a restaurant having not done this course. I would never do that moving forward now that I know what I know. Now that I've completed the course, there's 2 sections that I'm really, really into. One, and it pains the old Christina to say this, I love the financial aspect of it. I dork out for my reports weekly. Like it's a game at this point, and it's a fun one to play. I loved finding our ideal customer in the marketing section. For me, I love Instagram and social media. I will talk to whoever on the internet wants to listen to me. But what I found is once I was able to hone in on who my ideal customer is and speak directly to that person, they are just multiplying like crazy. And so I could do fun things for the millennial mom who wants to feed her kid not trash pizza and have a good experience. And when I cater it to those people, my customers are cool. They're like me. I get along with them and they bring their friends. And so leaning into the marketing aspect is something I plan to do more and more of. Whereas before, I was scared to send an email out. Now I can check my Toast emails and see the thousands of dollars a week that those emails brought in because I have guidance and direction.